So first of all, good morning, everyone. I'm Mohamed. I work with USI Insurance Services. You can see my screen, right? Great. So what we do, that's the first thing, or what I do actually, I work with the personal risk solutions. USI Personal Risk Services, as you can see, is designed to help individuals and families, offices design insurance programs. So we do homeowners, automobile, excess liability, valuable articles, watercraft, yacht, aircraft, recreational vehicle, and tailored risk services. So whatever you own, we are able to tailor uh, a risk solution for you with a policy on it. So we are number two national agency. We work all over the United States, over 500 professional and dedicated personal risk management for you. In our New Jersey office, we are ranked by New Jersey Business Magazine as one of the top insurance brokers. What makes us different is the USI One Advantage. So what's the USI One Advantage? It's three things. One is Omni, Network, and Enterprise. The Omni is actually a proprietary analytics system that helps us identify and quantify the risks. And from there, we are able to find the tailored solution for your risk, either by mitigating the risk, telling you what to do to avoid the risk. And at the end, we write the policy that goes with that risk in order to avoid any out-of-pocket expenses. Second one we have is the network. We have a huge network, and as you can see, we have a professionals. Everybody have their area. So if you want something to write a policy for a watercraft, or if you have a yacht, we have a person who usually works with such risks. So he's able to help you with the right program. So that way, you know that you've been handled or your need has been answered by a professional, not only someone who wants to write a policy and take the money. No, we make sure that I'm sorry, you're covered with the right way, so you don't have to lose any out-of-pocket expenses at all time. The enterprise. So with our enterprise, you can see that it's not just a small office that you work with. You work with a huge company. I'm sorry about that. So what we do, sorry again, what we do is actually once we get your profile, I ask you a couple of questions, and enter the answers in the Omni tool. It gives me outcome, but at the same time, we still work with the human beings. So we have our team, we huddle, and we make sure that we all agreed on the right resources to make sure that your program is what matches your risk. So we don't guess, we don't try, we sit together, we huddle, and we come up with the best solution for you. How we work usually, we sit, we talk, we get an asset evaluation, and from there I speak with the client, let them know how they can control their losses to reduce it, either by security, loss mitigation, risk transfer, which is having an insurance. And then we get through the liability protection. We see your habits. We ask you, what do you do during your week? Do you play golf? Do you play baseball? Do you sit on a charity board? There is a liability in each one of those that most of average people don't know about. Do you have parties at your house? Do you get people in your house? So there is also liability there. What do you do defines what kind of liability you have in your life. So we make sure that we ask these questions to know what kind of liability you have in your life and what kind of risk that might come your way. And then the property protection. At the end, we see the home, we check your personal contents, and also make sure that in case something happened, you will have the right option, so you will be able to live at the same place that you used to live with some companies like Chop or Volt. they get you a house actually in your area. They might rent you a house in your area to make sure that you live in the same place and your life is not affected with whatever loss you've gone through. One of the stories that I would like to share with you guys, we had one of our clients. He's a CFO of real estate holding company, and his home is more than 750K. What happened is he finished his basement, and when we did actually the policy review, we discovered that. And then with the latest hurricane that we have, most of us actually got losses in their homes, especially the basements, with the hurricane, with the flood. So when we sat together and we discovered that he finished his basement and he's using his basement, so it's not the regular 10,000 flood, or it's not flood, water backup that you have in your homeowner's insurance. So we made sure that the client septic system, as you can see, backed up into their finished basement. So unfortunately, it wasn't discovered until the next morning, and 3 inches of water had blocked the way and had been sitting in the finished basement overnight. So the newly amended policy included protection for 5,000 cleaning, 100,000 rebuild, and 10,000 in contents, totaling 115,000 with 1,000 deductibles, which actually saved him a lot. His basement actually costed around $50,000 to renovate and just fix everything that happened. So that way we were able to avoid a loss of $40,000, because what he had before was just $10,000 water backup on his home insurance policy. Also, another client that we had, he was actually a real estate agent also, living in a single home and single income home. He was the only one who works. And client was involved in an automobile driven by his friend, suffering a serious and huge long-term injuries. Because we had secured the increased limits of underinsured or uninsured motorists, we were able to collect actually 500,000 for long-term medical care and rehabilitation services for the insured, which a lot of people doesn't know. It's like, I'm in my friend's car. Why would I care about my own insurance? So if you are at your friend's car, that doesn't mean that he carries the right limits for you. A lot of people actually drives only with the state minimum, which is 15,000 per person and 30,000 per accident.
Mohamed, 2 minutes remaining, my friend.
Sure. So which would not be enough in a lot of our cases to cover our income if we lost our income, and it doesn't help us. So at that time, your policy kicks in with the limits for uninsured or underinsured motorists, and from there, they will be able to collect that money or subrogate that from whoever's mistake it is. And that's why working with professional makes your life easier, because they know what happened and they have a lot of stories that they've been through. So they are able to help you with the right program and the right solution. That way you don't have to lose your own money and your own source of income. I think that's all for today. That's my contact information. If you need any help, I'll be more than happy to help.
Mohamed, that was an absolutely awesome presentation with a lot of value in there. We have a couple minutes for questions. Does anybody have a question for Mohamed? Scott. Unmute, my friend.
I want to actually give here Mohamed a compliment. I can't stress enough how important it is to have a good liability program, because many years ago, I lost a 7-figure account after I was told I was the best performing manager they had, but they had a new machine. The insurers did a cursory inspection. Worker got his hand mangled. $1.5 million account was closed. The money never came back. And it was either that or else he was going to have to fold his business. If he had the proper inspection, the layout, the whole design, never would have happened. So, Mohamed, you and I should do a one-on-one, because Anyone that can save my clients from closing their accounts is going to be part of my team.
Sure, and that's a huge part of our business actually, to help people not to lose their own money, so that way they will be able to invest and actually help your accounts and make sure that they still in business and are able to invest their money that they worked hard for.
Yeah.
So
Thank
we
you.
will get together after the
Yeah,
meeting.
we will get together.
Yeah, very great point. Anybody else have any questions? So, all right, so I encourage all of us this week, reach out to Mohamed. Let's set up a one-to-one. The more we know about people as people, the better we are in promoting and referring. So it's a good way to get to know people.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Mohamed.